So it's now time to address the vast amount of lies told by Netflix and their ill-informed, pathetic excuses for producers Felicity Morris and Mark Lewis, who in my opinion did a horrendous job with their lack of research and their biased opinions of Magnotta. This ridiculous excuse of a documentary is a joke. It's all complete fiction and blatant lies. Firstly, let's begin with Netflix choosing Raw Entertainment to be commissioned to do this film. In my opinion, it was a horrible choice, especially having Mark Lewis and Felicity Morris involved. The biggest mistake, which ruined the entire documentary, has to be telling the story from the perspective of two completely irrelevant imbeciles who were obsessed stalkers posing as animal activists. These morbidly obese losers had zero involvement in the Magnotta story or his criminal trial. Zero evidence exists linking Magnotta to these irrelevant stalkers posing as animal activists. I repeat, these stalkers posing as animal activists had zero involvement in the Magnotta case, zero involvement in the criminal trial, zero involvement in anything connected to Luka Magnotta. Zero evidence exists validating their ludicrous claims. They entered these Facebook groups. Zero evidence exists that Magnotta had any Facebook accounts and entered these bogus groups. It's impossible to prove who was behind these accounts because warrants would need to be executed, which was never done. It was never brought up at the criminal trial because it never happened. Magnotta never had any alias internet profiles. Zero evidence was ever recovered on any of his laptops. In fact, the laptop found was wiped practically clean. Zero evidence exists linking Luka Magnotta to any internet accounts. The entire non-story of animal activists stalking Magnotta is just that, a non-story, because they are irrelevant to the Magnotta story or his trial or his case. Magnotta said in his 2019 interview he never killed any animal. Luka was never questioned, charged, or convicted of anything to do with anything animals. So Netflix should be ashamed. They told Magnotta's story from the perspective of these irrelevant stalkers posing as animal activists. If Netflix, or its commissioned producers, actually looked into these animal activists, they would see they are actually obsessed stalkers and con artists begging for money to fund their personal lives. In my opinion, it's all fraud. These stalkers are obsessed with Luka Magnotta and inserted his name into the animal cruelty cases when they couldn't find any real suspect. These stalkers, if you do your research, actually are responsible for a lot of innocent people committing suicide. This should be covered. Their modern-day lynching and their witch hunts. Someone needs to do a documentary about these con artists and the cyber stalking and harassment. The person who posted the comment, "Haters can suck my big dick," in the irrelevant Facebook group these stalkers operate, in my opinion, was John Green himself. So he can get attention and money. A decrepit old man, lonely in Los Angeles, seeking attention from handsome young men. So he inserts their names into these animal abuse cases, and then demands money, I've heard. This is all, my opinion, protected under freedom of speech. Look what he did to poor Timmy and Timmy's mother, who died of a heart attack, and Jamsey in Africa, who committed suicide. That is manslaughter, in my humble opinion. Witch hunts are dangerous. We need evidence for a reason to convict people. Zero evidence exists linking Magnotta to any animal cruelty videos. It's all a smear campaign orchestrated by desperate stalkers posing as animal activists. Zero evidence exists linking Magnotta to animal cruelty. A similar-looking chair in one video and some poorly edited pictures are not evidence, and it's not admissible in court. It's all lies, and Netflix should be ashamed. Stalkers write their scripts, and the media eats it up without doing their research. Magnotta never tried to play any cat-and-mouse game. A wolf blanket is not evidence. It's all a big con to get these stalkers, for them to get money. The organization Rescue Inc. is completely irrelevant. Freaks and losers repeating lies. Lonely fat people obsessing over Magnotta. The Facebook user Jamsey crams on his ass. Yes, someone actually created that name. Posted a video of himself setting a cage on fire with a cat inside. The profile pic of somebody wearing a Christmas Santa hat. He lives in Nambia. His name, Lewis Jordan. And he committed suicide because of the morbidly obese internet stalkers posing as animal activists. Someone should do a story on that. Harassing this boy to commit suicide. Another Facebook account, Beverly Knight, was falsely accused of being Magnotta. The stalkers created rumors such as Magnotta was cousins with certain celebrities or dating certain stars. The stalkers created these rumors to get the viewers to their Facebook group, to get money. Magnotta never was responsible for any Facebook group. That is all lies. Never even proven. Fake news. The account on Facebook, Leslie Ann Downey, was created, in my opinion, by Deanna Thompson to gain viewers for her Facebook group so she could get money. She inserts Magnotta's name into everything so she can link herself to Luka and do interviews. She creates false stories to gain attention, viewers, and money. Magnotta has never heard of any of these animal activists. Doesn't even know their names. Magnotta had zero interest in Karla Homolka. That rumor was started by internet predator David D'Amato. Magnotta hardly ever used the internet. Don't believe the fake news. Almost all the fake news you see was started by obsessed stalkers posing as animal activists, irrelevant internet trolls. Magnotta had zero interest in any serial killer. All links to serial killers were started by David D'Amato, an internet cyber stalker. Do your research. The email sent to the UK Sun reporter Alex West was not sent by Magnotta. Magnotta never used the name John Kilbride. Scotland Yard investigated this, and it was determined the account was from the Netherlands. Do your research. Never proven that it was sent by Magnotta. It's all fake news. Deanna Thompson records videos of her own casino where she works. Then she uses the fake name Joe Smith and claims without any evidence it was Luka Magnotta. Nice try, Fatso. But nobody is buying your attention-seeking story. Well, nobody but gullible Netflix. It's impossible to prove who is behind any fake internet account, but all evidence points to these stalkers conning everyone. Nobody cares about you people. Go away and stop trying to gain attention by using Magnotta. The gig is up. You are exposed. You all look like complete fools now. Magnotta never used the name Vladimir Romanov. That was David D'Amato. All the kindergarten exit data is fake news, manipulated propaganda. Even 6-year-olds know what that is. Zero evidence exists linking Magnotta to anything. A lot of evidence exists of stalking and framing of Luka Magnotta. All this so-called expert knowledge of how Magnotta types online, his grammar and punctuation, and speculation, complete lies. Nobody knows how Luka types. Big frame job. Luka's mother is irrelevant, since Magnotta rarely had any contact with her. Another bitch who tried to use Luka to cash in. He has zero relationship with that nut. The Montreal and Toronto police are some of the stupidest people I've ever seen in my life. Magnotta never said one word to the police. He is too intelligent. Magnotta was never on the run or evading arrest. He had zero idea anyone was searching for him. He was never looking at anything to do with himself on the internet cafe. In fact, when he was waiting for a friend, he was watching an Ava Gardner film. The internet clerk, a lying attention seeker who was paid a lot by the media to lie. Listen to Magnotta's 2019 prison interview for the truth. Dr. Joel Watts is an idiot, in my opinion. Magnotta was forced at trial to admit to a lot of bizarre bullshit to obtain an insanity defense, forced upon him by his lawyers. Magnotta was indeed severely abused by Manny Lopez. Manny Lopez is 100% real. A lot of evidence exists proving Manny was responsible for a lot. The police were too lazy and had tunnel vision and only checked one of Magnotta's phones. Luka, in fact, had 6 different phones. The idiot cops neglected to check. If they did, they would have seen Manny Lopez, and they mysteriously neglected to check all the other phones. Why, you ask? Because it was proved Manny's existence, which the police didn't want. The police tried desperately to discredit Manny. They check irrelevant social media profiles, but fail to check Magnotta's actual email with Manny Lopez's contact info. The The police seized Magnotta's mother's emails with all Manny's personal info in the email. All Montreal police refused and released any of these accounts. Why? They never wanted to find Manny because it would prove that Luka's innocent. Luka made a lot of calls on his Skype video internet account and multiple cell phones. Don't believe the corrupt, lazy police. As we all know, by twisting and all the crazy stuff of the Black Lives Matter movement, police are liars and corrupt as hell. They know Manny exists. A lot of evidence exists. Social media accounts of him exist. And they know if Manny were brought in, Magnotta would go free. Magnotta does not want media attention. He avoids it. While all these doctors, lawyers, and journalists who are hypocrites seek it out and get rich by their book deals, movie deals, and interviews. Also, irrelevant stalkers posing as animal activists now do tours and seminars and seek money from the Facebook followers. These stalkers posing as animal activists even started posting social media videos of themselves because they are fame-seeking, hypocritical losers. Netflix couldn't get anyone who was friends with Luka to participate. It was the only people Netflix could get. Were the police, a doctor, a lawyer, two guys that were lying, newspaper reporters? Magnotta's idiotic mother should have known better than to participate in anything to do with the media. But now we know why Luka doesn't talk with her. Luka doesn't associate with anyone who involves himself with the media, nor does he speak with groupies. The entire narrative is fake. Mark Lewis and Felicity Morris, the two producers, confirmed they received a letter from Magnotta, who was furious because he didn't want any media attention and thought Netflix was unprofessional. He refused to participate or even watch such a sensational, poorly researched, and poorly produced rubbish. Anyone thinking of doing their own new documentary needs to include anything that is the truth and absolutely exclude anything to do with these irrelevant animal activist con artists. Magnotta's 15 years of working as an international male escort is completely ignored. So many unanswered questions still exist. Bottom line, Netflix fucked up. Maybe HBO can do a better job. Okay, that's all for now. Like, share, and follow.